All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, and today is day 4 of the 31-day sneaker challenge, and the category or challenge for the day is a Jordan in your collection. Now, when I saw this challenge, I got a lot of Jordans. Let's just put it at that. I'm talking like there's a lot to choose from, but you know, like I said, when I saw the challenge, there was one that kind of stuck out to me because it was special shoe to me. And there's a little bit of a story behind how I obtained the shoe. So just stick with me and we'll go ahead and talk about that. And that shoe is the Jordan 3 JTH Super Bowl. I just call them the Justin Timberlake 3s. As you can see on the box there, you got Tinker Hatfield on the top. You know, somewhat of a kind of, not a special box, but it's different, you know. Typical Jordan 3 box with your elephant print, Tinker Hatfield signature on the top, you know, and your elephant print paper. So that's good. Yeah, that's about it there. Now, I picked these up back in 2018 when they dropped for retail. And I'm gonna tell you how I got them. So if you remember this shoe here we have it. This shoe, the Jordan 3, which initially they were known as like the Super Bowls because they dropped during the halftime show of the 2018 Super Bowl. And if you're like me, which I'm guessing a lot of you all who are watching this, you were probably on your phone scrambling to get to the sneakers app to try and get a pair. And most of us took an L, me included. I almost had no chance to get them. You know, when I saw those pictures of Justin Timberlake wearing them, like where he was like, you know, he had the shoe on. I saw that, I said, man, I got to get those, right? And then they dropped during the halftime show, but I wasn't lucky enough to grab a pair. But honestly, I've always liked Justin Timberlake's music, so I ended up, you know, going to Washington, D.C. for the concert. And before I went, I noticed that there were like, during the tour for the Man of the Woods album, they were stopping at a lot of big locations. I think one was like some Jordan store in Toronto or something. So like those big stores, they were stopping, and then like Justin Timberlake was appearing at certain stores and whatnot, and you know, signing shoes. So basically they were having on different tour stops, they were dropping these shoes. So I fly into DC, I'm checking into my hotel room, and next thing you know, my phone is blowing up. I'm getting all these notifications. And when you know, they are actually dropping these shoes in DC at a local DTLR, guaranteed tickets. So I put my bags down, you know, put them back, put my bags in the room, I call an Uber and I rush over to the DTLR. I get there, I tell the Uber driver to wait for me because I don't know where, I'm not from this area or whatnot, and I want to call another ride. So they do. I go in, I wait in the line for a while. It took, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I wait, I go in there and give them my name and, you know, my shoe size or whatever, and they give me a ticket. Guaranteed, right? So I'm like, yeah, good to go. I'm like excited, right? I'm gonna get this shoe. All right, cool. So the next day, I think whenever it was, I don't know if it's the next day or whatnot, but I called the store on the day I was supposed to pick them up because it was early in the morning, and I'm always like, if you know, I want to check before I, you know, pay for an Uber ride over to this store again, this DTLR. I call, and one of the employees is like, I said, hey man, you know, I got a reserved ticket. You guys are already starting to give out, are you starting to give out the, you know, reserved pairs yet? He was like, you know, I can't guarantee a pair for you, you know, but, and I was like, wait a minute, what? So he tells me that even though I have a guaranteed ticket, they can't guarantee me a pair. So I hop in the Uber and I head over to the DTLR, right? I get there, there's a lot of people in the line. I'm standing in line, and there was a little bit of a wait. I think it might have been like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, maybe 30, who knows. But it wasn't like hours or anything. So I'm standing in line, and you know what, these type of releases, man, I don't like doing lines because people can get crazy and whatnot. And there were some people arguing up front with like the security guards. I guess maybe they didn't get in, or their name wasn't on the list, or the list. Who knows what was going on, because I already knew there was something shady going on anyway, because they told me I had a guaranteed ticket, but they couldn't guarantee it. So I'm standing in line. I finally get up there. I give them my name. I get right in. No problem. I go up the front, give them my ticket. They give me my shoes, and I'm out. So that's how I picked up the Jordan 3 JTH Super Bowl for retail. Now, you know, I looked online, you know, a while ago, and I was like, no, actually earlier today. And they're going for like $800, man. It's crazy, you know, because when this shoe dropped during the Super Bowl, man, people were scrambling. I know I was trying to get them because I wanted them bad, man. Like there was almost like no chance, you know? So I'm just really, really glad to add them to the collection, man. So while I got them out here, I just show you some of like, you know, show you the shoe and just give you like the differences between this and the, you know, regular Jordan 3. So if you don't know, the Jordan 3 Tinker Edition basically has this, it's a mock-up or, yeah, it's really like a mock-up design of what the Jordan 3 would have been prior to its release that we know. So that's why you see the Nike check right here on the side. I think that might be 3M, I can't remember. So everything else is pretty much the same there. You got your elephant print and all that good stuff, your visible air unit. And if you move around to the toe box, that's pretty much the same too. You got your, you know, tumbled leather, your flat white laces. Speaking of the leather on these, this is pretty good leather too. You know, it's pretty tumbled, kind of soft, so not that stiff, you know, leather we're used to on some Jordan 3s. And obviously your Jordan 3 tongue there, right? Speaking of the tongue of the shoe, on the back of the left shoe, you've got Tinker Hatfield's signature right there, all right? And on the right shoe, you got Justin Timberlake's signature right there. All right. And so that's pretty cool additions to the shoe. And on the medial side, it's the same as any other Jordan 3, but you got that Nike text right there on the side as well. And the back, that classic Nike Air right there. You can't go wrong with that. And the sole, I've worn these like once or maybe 1, 2 or 3 times, not that much. You can see they look brand new. They've got some dirt here and there, but they haven't been worn much at all. So this shoe will always stay in my collection. I was just so glad to get this one, you know. All right, and the insole, I won't take it out because it's glued in here. But there's one of those, that mock-up design that I mentioned of the Jordan 3 and Tinker Hatfield's signature on the inside there as well. All right, so really fire shoe. I was just so glad to add this to the collection, man. And like for me to go to like the concert, you know, and everything, and like, you know, get in DC and then actually get a guaranteed ticket and be able to get the shoe. I was super excited, man. Like, I still like can't believe that I was able to do that. And it, you know, it worked out with no issues at all. So, you know, it was pretty nice. And I wore these to the show that night, and the show was really good, by the way. If you haven't seen them live, you probably should. Him and Timberland together, they can't do any wrong. Like, they put out fire music. But again, just really like this shoe, man. Glad to have it in the collection. Comment down below and let me know, were you able to grab this pair? I'm curious if there's anyone out there that was actually able to pick this up, because it was hard to get on Sneakers app. But that'll be about all for me, guys. Thank you for watching. That's day 4 of the Sneaker Challenge, the Jordan Challenge, or Jordan in your collection. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.